All right, good morning. Today is Wednesday, August the 25th, and I need to change the date on the board. All right, but today is Wednesday, August the 25th. Okay. We have had some difficulties getting logged into our computers, but I think that we have finally gotten to where we need to be. You need to go ahead and sign into Google, into ClassLink, and then once you get into ClassLink, you're going to click on Schoology. All right, and then you are going to click on, if it asks you to click on your name, click on your name. All right, and then I want you to click on your English course. Click on your English course. I want you to go, before we go into today's lesson, okay, I want you to go over here to the side, and on your computer or on your screen, you should see the word that says grades. Okay, you should see a word that says grades. I want you to click. Go grab another one from the back that's up. Okay, I want you to click on the word grades. When you click on the word grades, it's going to show you everything that you have done this week and your grade beside it. Now, I have also graded all of your discussion board postings. I will say that your discussion board from yesterday has greatly improved from Monday and Tuesday. However, we still have some work to do to get to where we need to be, okay? When you answer your discussion board posting today, I want you to make sure that you are using the spell checker option or tool. Make sure that you are capitalizing your I's. Make sure that you're restating the question in your answer. Also, pronouns can be vague. Several of you, when you answered your question, you said, I don't think it would be fun. Okay? Well, for anybody who had not read the prompt, they wouldn't know what it is, would they? Yes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, they wouldn't know what it is. Okay? So you have to be specific when you are writing, especially in the very, very beginning. All right? Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So now that you know where your grades are, also, if you go into grades and you have been absent, then you are going to have a missing assignment and it's going to show you a 0. Okay? You can make that up on your own time. You don't have to come to me and get anything. All you've got to do is log into a computer and make it up. Now, Miss Wheelis is here and she is going to help us get some work made up. Okay? So if I see that you have not done it, then I'm going to send you to her on Wednesdays. Okay? And if that doesn't work, then the next step, according to the classroom management plan, is, according to the code of conduct, is what? Saturday school. And if it doesn't happen in Saturday school, where's the next step? Alternative school. Okay? All right. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and click on first 9 weeks. Click on Wednesday, August the 25th. All right. Now, you have DGP notes and instructions, but if you click on this one, I embedded that into this, so it's not going to pull up another tab, okay? Don't click on that one right now. If you are to get home or something and wanted to study, then, by all means, you could use that, okay? Go ahead and click on DGP3W. Now, what does the 3 stand for? The third week. What does the W stand for? Wednesday, okay? Go ahead and click on, don't click start yet, okay? Just wait and let me go over these directions. All right, DGP notes how to. You can go ahead and click on this and it's going to open up another tab for you. Or at least it should. Is it opening up for any of y'all? It did? Okay. I don't know why mine's not working. Okay, just hold on. These directions are also in this part. All right, you have more than just the diagram for this week, okay? Or for today. I want you to match the correct definition to each term, okay? So one independent clause is going to be what type of sentence? You find the answer down here in the bottom, and you're going to drag it up here to where it needs to go, okay? So that's one question. And then you have 3 total questions. Read the following statement. If the statement is true, select true. If the statement is false, select false. A dependent clause can stand alone. Is that true or is that false? Okay. And then here is the one that you have to make sure that you are following directions exactly, okay? When I clicked on DGP notes here, it opened. Click on the link to access the instructions and notes on DGP on Wednesday's DGP. All right, read the following directions very carefully. Failure to read and follow the directions could cause you to score low. If you answer out of order, you will be deducted points. All right, in the 2 inboxes on the top row, this right here is the top row. These are your inboxes, okay? You will put your brackets. On the bottom row, you will identify the following from left to right. All right, this is left, middle, right. In the first box, you're going to put the clause type. Is this an independent clause or is this a dependent clause? Does your sentence have a subject and a verb? Does it express a complete thought? Can it stand alone? If it can do all of those things, then it's an independent clause, okay? Second box, sentence type, simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, or compound complex sentence. A simple sentence is made up of how many independent clauses? 1. All right, a compound sentence is made up of how many independent? 2. A complex sentence is made up of, it's one of each, an independent clause and a dependent clause. But you're right, Jace, a compound complex does have 3 different clauses. Do you know how many of each it has? 2 independent and 1 dependent. All right. In the third box, you're going to put the sentence purpose. Is it declarative, making a statement? Is it interrogative, asking a question? Is it exclamatory, showing extreme emotion? Or is it imperative, giving a command? Okay. Now, you are more than welcome to use the notes up at the top. There's no reason for you not to make a 100 on this. All right. When you click start, you have 10 minutes. Okay. You can go ahead and begin. Raise your hand if you're still working on it. How much time does it say you have?
I got 6 minutes.
All right, we have about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes.
That's why I say read those notes. Yes. I said Isaiah's using his notes. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You finished? Good. Just hold on. When everybody finishes, when we get y'all started. Again.
I didn't. That's good.
What's up, Thursday?
Huh?
So, Thursday.
No, not yet. Well, we should be down to about 3 minutes. Just anybody still working on it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If you have not finished and submitted, you need to go ahead and submit. Oh no, don't stop. I told you not to stop. All right, go ahead and post your DGP, okay? Or submit your DGP. Then you're going to go back to Tuesday. I'm sorry, you're going to go back to Wednesday. All right, and I want you to click on DB3W. Now, what does DB stand for? What does DB stand for? I'm going to ask it again until you all answer me. What does DB stand for? Discussion board. All right, and what does the 3 stand for? Week 3. And what does the W stand for? Wednesday. All right. Now, I have changed the directions just a little bit, okay? You have been required to write 5 sentences, okay? I'm upping it to 7. You must restate the question in your answer. And just a second ago, I told you that a few of you, the last few days, have restated the question in your answer, but you have been vague with your pronouns and referred to it. If I didn't have the prompt in front of me, I would have no idea what it is. Okay, I need for you to be specific. You must capitalize the word I. You have definitely improved since Monday. All right, I would say half of the I's were left uncapitalized since Monday. Okay, you must write incomplete sentences utilizing correct grammar and mechanics. Those have improved as well, but there are still a lot of run-on sentences, okay? Spell check your writing by clicking on the ABC button in the response box. Click the ABC button with the check mark to check your spelling, okay? Now, it's going to draw that red squiggly line up underneath it, and when it does, you're going to hover over it and then double-click on your mouse, and it'll pop up how to spell it correctly, okay? All right, so here's your prompt. On August 14th, 2003, a major outage knocked out power across the eastern United States and parts of Canada. Beginning at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time, 21 power plants shut down in just 3 minutes. 50 million people were affected, including residents of New York, Cleveland, and Detroit, as well as Toronto and Ottawa, Canada. Although power companies were able to resume some service in as little as 2 hours, power remained off in other places for more than a day. The outage stopped trains and elevators and disrupted everything from cellular telephone service to operations at hospitals to traffic at airports. In New York City, it took more than 2 hours for passengers to be evacuated from stalled subway trains. Small business owners were affected when they lost expensive refrigerated stock. The loss of use of electric water pumps interrupted water service in many areas. There were even some reports of people being stranded mid-ride on amusement park roller coasters. At the New York Stock Exchange and bond market, though, trading was able to continue thanks to backup generators. Describe a time when you've lost power. How did you spend your time with no electricity? Have you ever been in somewhere like an elevator or on a subway when the power has gone out? How did you feel? What is the longest you have been without power? Now, you have another rubric, and I upped it as well, okay? I want to know that you're able to use a digital product and that you're able to be appropriate in subject and purpose. Now, part of this goes back to when you go to post on a classmate's response, you have to be nice, you have to be courteous. You are not allowed to say anything ugly. And honestly, at this point in the game, I don't want you even correcting or pointing out mistakes yet, okay? I just want you to read it. If you have something nice and thoughtful to say, by all means say it. This is not a place for you to say hi and have a message back and forth. Got it? Everybody understand that? Okay. All right. I want you to, when you write your paragraph, I want you to go back and I want you to read it. And I want you to see if you have made any mistakes. If you look for all your I's, make sure you've capitalized them. Did you use it? Did you restate your question in your answer? I want you to look for all of that, okay? Compose and revise writing with by using various pronouns. All right, use commas, parentheses, or dashes. Use academic vocabulary. We kind of talked about this yesterday. Okay, you want to use words that are going to make you sound intelligent. At the same time, they need to be age appropriate. And this is going to be something we talk about more as we get into the writing process. All right. The student correctly spelled I throughout the paragraph. The student composed a minimum of 7 complete sentences. Can you write more than 7? Yes. Okay. The student capitalizes all beginning words in the paragraph. So this is how I'm going to go through and grade your paper. Now, I did something different. Okay. I wrote one. So here is mine. I have lost power many times in my 35 years of living. For the most part, losing power does not bother me unless it is off for a long period of time. When Hurricane Michael wreaked havoc on our community a couple of years ago, I realized just how much I loved power and just how much I truly missed having power. I live in the country, which means I have a well. For those who may not know, a well only works if there is electricity. So when the power goes out, no one can flush a toilet or take a shower. I wish I knew what you were thinking right now. Additionally, living in a house with no power and 2 kids is a recipe for disaster, especially when one of your kids throws up often. My poor in-laws had to fill gallon jugs up with water and bring them to me just so we could wash our hands and flush the toilets. We were without power for over 3 days. Now, rest assured, we did find someone who had power that allowed us to go and shower. I would hate to experience life without power for more than 3 days. It is so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life and realize just how much we take for granted. Power was something I took for granted. Okay? So, I have given you an example paragraph. All right? I am going to give you 15 minutes to write your paragraph. All right? Does everybody understand what you're doing? Okay.
Now, she related that to a personal experience that she has had. You may have had one as well when Michael came through. You know, you may have something comparable to write about. And if you don't, like I told you last week, sometimes you have to make up something that right this week.
That's right.
Ain't that right, Will?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I said 15, didn't I? We'll just add to it. I messed up. I'll add the next one. All right, you're down to 3 minutes, and I went back and added time. Okay? You're down to 3 minutes, so you need to make sure that you have at least 7 sentences. Go back, look at your rubric, and make sure that you have met all of the requirements before you submit. All right, 1 minute. So far, 14 of you have submitted. $16. Have you already posted? A little bit. I'll only take off 1 point. $22. All right. If you have not posted, you need to go ahead and make it happen. Okay? All right. Now you need to go back to Wednesday, August the 25th. Okay? You need to go ahead and you need to get out your notes, your guided notes packet.
So copy and DGP weekly.
Huh?
Copy and DGP weekly.
No, you're going back to Wednesday, and we're about to finish our notes from yesterday. Okay, everybody have their packet out beside them. Now, in Schoology, okay, so you have this up on your computer screen. I want you to click on Monday's folder. I want you to go back and click on Monday, August the 23rd. Okay? And when you click on Monday, August the 23rd, I want you to scroll down and I want you to go ahead and click on the 6 traits of writing PowerPoint and pull it up on your computer screen so that you see it and you have it. Okay?
The hook.
Hook.
Check out the hook while the DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, baby. Bum, 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 bum. That's actually a line in that song. Check out the hook while the DJ revolves it.
I do need to know, can somebody tell me where we left off with notes in here? Conventions?
Yes.
Okay. So this is where I'm going to start. Oh, I just told it to start from the beginning. Okay, so you need to make sure that on your packet, you are on the page that says conventions, and I'm pretty sure that you are actually going to flip, and it's going to be on the back page. It's actually the last page. Okay, so we have to go back and. Do you have a copy for it? Does anybody in here need a copy? I thought something came back. You weren't here yesterday. Okay. All right, so conventions. All right, correct and communicative. Correct and communicative. And you are going to put that on number 70 and number 71. All right, correct and communicative. These are the two words that describe trait conventions. Okay? Does everybody have it? Huh? Okay. What are conventions? Okay, what are conventions? Conventions are the rules of language. Conventions are the rules of language. That is number 72, okay? They are the patterns of grammar, spelling, punctuation, paragraphing, and capitalization that readers expect in good writing, okay? And this is all stuff that we are talking about actively as you are writing your discussion board postings, okay? Conventions are the rules of language. They are the patterns of grammar, spelling, punctuation, paragraphing, and capitalization that readers expect in good writing.
Okay. Here, let's put on this one. What number was that one?
72.
Sit in the slide, 72.
Oh, that I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna go down.
All right. Conventions, they should, 73 through 75 on your guided notes. All right, they should make writing easy to read and understand. They should make reading and writing easy to understand. All right, they make writing easy to read and to understand, okay? I know I talked about yesterday when I'm reading to grade your discussion board postings, it's so much easier on me if you have punctuated all of your sentences. But when you write and run-on sentences, I have to stop, reread, figure out where your sentence should end, okay? But if you are to use your conventions correctly, it would make it easier to read. And I wouldn't have to stop and go back and figure out where your sentence should end and where you should have put a period. Okay, so that's a goal we're going to work towards.
Can I say this?
Yes.
when you write something, it's almost like you think it's perfect, and when you go back and reread it, you don't want to see any mistakes. But you have got to be just like a teacher and look at what have I written? What have I not done right? Are all these I's capitalized? Is there a period? You know, look at your rubric and just, judge it. You be the first critic.
Right.
And read what you've written. Think what Miss Willis is going to think when she reads this.
Okay. All right. Be something the reader doesn't even notice because they are so well done. That goes back to what the other Miss Willis just said. If you go back and you read it as a critic first, by the time it gets to me, I shouldn't be able to tell that there are any errors. Or there shouldn't be any errors. Okay? Now, granted, I understand that we are just now starting this process, and that's going to be a part of it. All right? How can you know if your conventions are helping you achieve your writing goal? I can already tell you, and I've told Miss Wheelis and I've told Miss AG that I can tell a huge difference even from Monday to yesterday in what you have written, or from Monday to Tuesday in what you have written. Okay? So what we're doing here in class, it's working. Can you tell that it's working? Okay? I want you to ask yourself these questions. Have I used capitals correctly? Make sure that if you have a proper noun, a specific person, place, thing, or idea, that you are capitalizing that. Okay? That was one of our errors in the first post. All right? Make sure you're capitalizing names, places, business, or businesses. Okay?
What else is capitalized every time? I and the first word in the sentence.
All right. Did I spell all words correctly? Now, I told y'all yesterday, even I have trouble spelling at times. Okay? But with the technology we have, there is no excuse for you to submit a paragraph with 1,000 misspelled words because you have spell checker. Okay? If you don't know how to use it, you need to raise your hand and I will come, or one of us will come and show you how to make that happen. Okay? I know that I feel like I helped several yesterday determine how to use how to get the word to spell correctly. All right, are my paragraphs indented? I haven't even touched on this yet, and when we get to writing 5-paragraph essays, I will touch on that a lot more. Okay. Are all punctuation marks in the correct places? We have definitely got to work on commas, but I will worry about working on commas after you get your periods down. Okay? You have got to end and punctuate your sentences. Does my spelling, grammar, and capitalization make my writing easy to read and understand? Now, the one thing I did notice yesterday is I have hounded on, do not write as you text. And I got a hold of a couple of posts, and if I could have come through my computer last night and grabbed a hold of you, I probably would have. Don't write like you text. Spell the words out. And here's the thing. I didn't take off points for that last night when I was grading because I didn't put that in the rubric. All I was grading for was the structure. Did you have the sentences? Did you put periods at the end? Did you capitalize? So your grade is based off of that. Your grade is not based off of did you spell correctly and all that good stuff. But as we progress, everything is going to come full force and be a part of your grade. Okay, so I need for you to know that we're adding steps every day. All right?
And I think it's a great thing that they can look at that rubric and they pretty much can tell what they know.
They can.
You know, it's not gonna be a big surprise to them if they get a paperback, you know, with a D on it, and they go back and see, well, I haven't capitalized
Right.
these words, I haven't punctuated.
Yep. All right. Conventions are the most mechanical of the 6 traits and require writers to learn editing and proofwriting skills. Now, you will, starting next week, I think is when I have it planned, get a proofreading checklist, okay, with symbols and meanings. And you're going to be required to memorize those and take a test on them. All right. That way we can edit each other's writing. Okay. All right, identify examples of the 6 traits of writing in the following paragraphs and underline them in your worksheets. We're going to stop right here because we're out of time. Okay, we're going to stop right here because we are out of time. So tomorrow you're going to pair up into groups and we are going to go over everything that we have learned so far. Okay, go ahead, put your worksheet in your binder. Log out of your computer. I want the far left side to get your book bags and pack up. I want the middle to put your computers in the cart. This row, this section over here, you can get your book bags and pack up. Go take it to the main office.
David.